Hey everybody, it's the Everything Money channel on YouTube with Seth and Paul. Today, Paul is going to talk about how to utilize smart debt to grow and buy more real estate. But first, make sure you smash that like button below. Yeah! It supports our channel. We analyze the numbers and lets us know what you're liking and what you're not. And it helps me get paid and my children go to college. So just go ahead and click it right about here-ish. Go ahead. Tell us about utilizing smart debt. In our last video, we were talking about cap rates, when we should buy real estate, what cap rates we should look at when we're buying. And I asked you, well, if we're buying real estate at cap rates between 5.5 to 7.5%, why don't we just invest the money in the stock market that's been giving us
Because cap rates are the return you get if you paid cash for the property.
Cap rates are the return you get if you paid cash for the
and
property.
And I said, you're getting a little far ahead, because that's the point of real estate, where you can, one of the benefits of real estate is you can use debt to magnify your return. So I'm going to use the exact same example that I did on the video. A property that makes $80,000 a year in profit that you pay $1 million for.
This is an 8% cap.
8% cap.
Look how smart I am,
If you pay cash
Paul.
for it, you're going to make 8% per year. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what a bank will let you do is go in and borrow against this $1 million, because they're going to sit there and say, oh, it's a piece of real estate. It's tangible. It's sitting there. You can't steal it. So they're going to let you borrow, call it 80% of that. So they're going to let you borrow.
So I've paid cash for the property.
Yep,
It's paid off.
Well, let's say now you're going to buy a property that's for $1 million. Looks like $1 million bucks, and it makes $80,000 a year. Okay, now you're going to borrow $800,000 on it. So it makes $80,000 a year in profit. If you borrow $800,000, you have a mortgage here for $800,000. Give me an interest rate. Let's make it simple. 5%?
Sure.
Sound fair? Let's say your interest rate is 5%. And to make it simple, I'll assume you're only paying interest. What's 5% on $800,000?
I have no clue. 40,000.
40,000. So you're going to pay every year to the bank $40,000 a year in interest, right? Mm-hmm. So if you had $80,000 in profit before, and you pay $40,000 in interest, what's your profit now?
40,000.
Okay, so 40,000 bucks. Mm-hmm. So somebody might sit there, and I've had people say this to me, Paul, my profit got cut in half.
Yes.
Okay, moron. It did not get cut. You did get cut in half, but now you have to look at your return on your investment. What is your investment now out of your pocket?
$200,000.
$200,000. So now you have to divide that into their $200,000 investment. And why is that? Let me go to another screen real quick. Return on investment, ROI, equals profit divided by investment. Mm-hmm. When you paid cash for the property, your investment was $1 million bucks, so you put all the million in there. When you put $200,000 down payment, your investment's only $200,000. So now, what's 40,000 divided by 200,000?
5.
Let's try that again. 20%.
What did I do wrong?
You did a lot wrong. 40,000, what's 10% of 200,000?
I said 40 times 5 is 200.
Yeah, correct. It's 20% return.
Yeah, fifth.
So you went from your 8% to your 20%. You increase your profit by 2.5 times by using a piece of debt, somebody else's money. That's the benefit of real estate. So when you're coming over here, your ROI now has gone from 80,000 over $1 million, $80,000 in profit over $1 million investment, to $40,000 in profit on a $200,000 investment for the exact same property. All you're doing is changing the financial structure of the deal. This is the benefit of real estate. Now, the other exciting part is, let's say the property goes up in value by 3%. So, in that first situation, you made $80,000. Mm-hmm. Then you made 3% of $1 million bucks. What's 3% of $1 million? So the property went up in value by 3%. What's 3% of $1 million?
30,000.
So you made $80,000 in profit on cash plus $30,000 in value equals $110,000. And you invested $1 million. What's your return?
11%.
11%, right?
Up from 8%.
Up from 8% because it went up in value 3%, right? Not bad. But let's go to your other example then. Now, we had $40,000 in profit plus 3%, the same 3% of a million, because it's still going up by 3%. That's $70,000 in profit, correct?
40,000 plus 30,000.
Correct. $40,000 in cash, 3% in appreciation on $1 million. What was your investment before? What was your investment afterwards?
200.
200,000. 35% return.
Holy cow.
Yes.
That's in year one?
That's in year one. Now, I use 8% return versus, if interest rate's really 5%, will it really be 8% cap rate? I don't know. We're just using examples here to show how you can magnify your return. In this situation, 11% became 35% just by using debt on the exact same property. Now, you might sit there and say 80% is too much. That's crazy. I'm not doing it. Can I give an example now of only 50% debt?
What about 20?
Well, 20%, you might as well just pay cash. Put half down.
I'm sorry. I meant you only put 20% down like your house.
Yeah, but now I'm going to put 50% down and still show you the magnification.
Go ahead.
To me, if you're going to have debt in your property, minimum you should do is 50%. Because at that point, below that, it's like, just buy a bigger property and put. So let me show you that example. So we have the property, $80,000 in profit, and we have $500,000 in debt. This is profit, debt, and interest rate, again, equals 5%. And your equity, you get to put down $500,000 as well. Okay, so you have $80,000 in profit. Subtract out 5% of $500,000. What is that?
$25,000.
$25,000. You're left with $55,000 in profit. Mm-hmm. You're subtracting out your equity, $500,000. 11%. So you took your 8% and made 11% by just doing half debt. Guys, if you're really buying a property that's worth $1 million and you put half down, it will take a lot for you to lose that property. I mean, if you really have to screw up yours, if you lost that property, that's on you because you probably did something very, very wrong in the analysis or in the management of the property. So you took that 8% and almost increased it by 50%. You actually increased it by 37.5%, 40% increase. Now, you add in, you accrue appreciation, you take the $55,000, add in the $30,000 in appreciation, which was 3% of a million, and you're at $85,000 on $500,000 investment. And that equals, what is that? 75 is 15, 17% return on your money. Just by doing half debt. Half debt. That is so low. You're still going to increase. You're still going to go from 8%. You're going to over double. You're going to go from 11% to 17% on the after appreciation profit. That's why debt is so useful for real estate. That's why, because remember, real estate prices don't fluctuate like stocks, where stocks can go up and down 50% a year. These things are very stable. As long as you're paying your mortgage and able to pay your mortgage, you'll probably be fine. There's obviously caveats to every loan, but that's where real estate really has its benefit. And that's why even have the hassle of real estate if you're going to pay cash? You might as well just put it in a stock fund and wait 30 years because real estate is a lot of work. You have to go handle tenants. You got to handle maintenance issues, evictions, all these things you need to do. Why do that for just a 7 or 8% return? Mm-hmm. Now, if you're going to make 17%, only putting half down, or 30-some% on the other example, putting more down, putting less down, you're going to make a killing. That's the benefit of real estate.
Thanks for joining us on the Everything Money channel. Follow along, smash that like button, and keep staying with us. Thanks for the support. We'll keep bringing you more great content. Thanks, guys.